Okay, we're back on the record in calls number 324-425. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Courtney Kareem Quibido. The jury has just found the defendant guilty in the case that is pending before us. And the defendant has elected to go to the court on punishment. That just simply means that the judge or I will be setting the punishment in this case. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, first of all, on behalf of the citizens of Jefferson County and behalf of the staff here in County Court at Law Number 2, I'd like to thank you for taking time out from your busy schedules to come here and to sit on this particular trial. We do know that the times that we're living under today with COVID-19 pandemic, you have really stepped up and came forward to help this court as well as citizens of Jefferson County to help move our criminal docket. So for that, I'd like to thank you for doing that and taking time out from your busy schedules. And as I often say, I normally shake people's hands. However, under these conditions, I cannot give you a handshake. However, I can give you an air handshake to each and every one of you. Thank you for coming here today. Your services have ended. The bailiff can give you the information on what you need to do. If you need to go to the district clerk's office, you need excuses, etc. The bailiff will be able to be happy to help you with that. Now, I would say to you, I would like that each and every one of you would have a blessed day. And again, thank you for coming here and serving on this jury. And anytime, when we're not under the COVID pandemic, anytime you're in the area, please come forward and have a seat in this courtroom, that area right there that we picked the jury call at the peanut gallery. You can come in here and have a seat in the peanut gallery, but it doesn't mean you can bring peanuts up here and eat. It's not the Texas Roadhouse, but you can come in here and see what goes on in your courthouse. I know that when you came here on yesterday, you had to be here for 1:30. You probably looked over the top and you said, "Oh, I'm in the right place. That's Judge Terrence Holmes' courtroom." No, it's not my courtroom. It's your courtroom. I'm only a servant, a public servant who's serving the citizens of Jefferson County. So anytime you're in this area, please come and have a seat in your courtroom. Our doors is always open. All right. So at this time, your services have concluded. If you feel like leaving, you can. If you want to sit around and listen to their arguments, you can do that as well. So at this time, your services is ended. And y'all have a blessed day. Okay. So at this time, we will proceed to the punishment phase of this trial. And Mr. Boyd, you have an argument that you'd like to make, any evidence you'd like to present?
Yes, Your Honor. It please the court, just based upon the nature of the offense in this case, the evidence presented that.
Mr. Boyd, Mr. Porter, turn that camera so it could be on him. No, Mr. Boyd, Mr. Porter. Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Based on the nature, Your Honor, of the offense and the events that went on with her resisting Officer Deputy Verdine for approximately 1:24 seconds, and the again the attitude and the kind of vitriol that was going on, the state would argue for 60 days jail, but should the court grant probation, the state would just request that it be a strong probation and fine in this case.
Okay, Mr. Gilthorpe?
Yes, sir. Ms. Thibodeau, she has no criminal history. She's probation eligible. And I agree with Mr. Boyd that she is eligible for probation, that if the court were to find her to be suited for probation, the difference I would ask for is that a short probation sentence. She's never been on probation. I think she could prove to this court that she could be reformed. And given the circumstances, this was not an egregious resisting, though she was found guilty. We don't have an injured officer. She was not punching, kicking, or hitting the officer or anything like that. And so given the circumstance and the facts surrounding the case, that it was what came out of an unlawful detention. She was illegally detained. Though that's not a defense to the crime, it's still something the court can consider when considering punishment. And so we would ask that the court assign her 1 year probation.
Okay, well, let me ask a question. Is she employed or anything? Do we have any information as to whether or not, what's her
husband's employed.
She doesn't, so she's unemployed?
She does not work at this time here.
Okay.
She's sustained by her husband.
Now, were you retained or appointed? You may see an affidavit of indigence. We may have to see if the court is going to take judicial notice of his file. See if she has an affidavit of indigence on file.
I don't know.
Okay, when was that? Oh, that's right. That was there was a case that you was appointed in County Court Law number 3, right?
That's correct.
And it was transferred over here.
Yes.
Okay.
But I think it's evident from the evidence we've seen and from the video, she does not have a lot of money.
Okay. So no criminal history, unemployed. Now, just from the video, Mr. Boyd, you may be able to help me out on this. Now, it said it was a warrant or something out of Orange County. What was that?
2 warrants, I believe, capious warrants, Your Honor.
So it's Class C misdemeanors?
There were traffic tickets.
Okay.
Which in the video, when she's talking about the fines being paid, she thought her husband had paid those fines. Those were traffic fines that had not been paid.
Okay. Now this is a Class A misdemeanor. She has never been any. She doesn't have no convictions beyond a Class C misdemeanor. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And she's unemployed, so she will be qualified as being indigent. Now that she still lives in Jefferson County. Oh, okay. Oh, it's right next door. So, okay. Now, Mr. Boyd, you have anything else that you'd like to add?
Nothing further from the state.
Okay. Okay. What's the court cost in this case?
$337.
337? Okay. Okay. Mr. Boyd, I mean, not Mr. Boyd, Mr. Githart,
Yes.
is there anything else, is there anything your client would like to say?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Didn't have one.
Oh, she did have one?
Didn't recognize it 'cause it looked, you know.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Inmate social, oh. What, no, okay. Okay. Yeah. Gil- oh,
Yes, sir.
let me look, that's a copy of,
The indigency form?
affidavit of indigency that was October 21st of 2020. Have your client, look at that.
Are you needing her to make changes to it?
No, no, I'm just making sure that to make sure it's still accurate. If there's some changes on it, you could just make a note on the side of where the changes was made.
Hers, Your Honor?
Yes.
We can change this. This is now her current address where she's living.
Oh, just the address change, but the financial
Financial.
information is still the same?
Yes, so she's still.
Okay. Court is going to take judicial notice of the court's file, the financial affidavit that is in the court's file, and the court is going to find that the defendant is indigent. The court's is going to make a judgment. The court's judgment okay. The court is going to sentence Ms. Quibido to 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, that jail time is going to be probated for a period of 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, she's required to pay a fine of $750 for court costs. Now, the court has made a finding that she is indigent, and so therefore, pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, the court is going to convert the fine and court costs, let's see, to community service. Let's see, that's 750 plus 337 divided by 1250. Okay. So the fine and court cost is going to be converted to 87 hours of community service. That community service is going to be added to, you also be required to do the regular 80 hours of community service, okay? So the total amount of community service in this case is going to 167. The 87 that's converted from the fine and court cost is going to be added to the 80. Now, you'll also be required to, now your probation fee, in this case, is going to be reduced from $60 to the minimum of $25 because you're indigent, okay? Now, the court is going to order upfront jail time. However, the court is upfront jail time in the amount of 15 days, but that jail time is going to be held in abeyance, okay? And what I mean by held in abeyance is if you mess up on your probation, then you're going to have to sit out your 15 days in jail. Do you understand that? And that is the order of the court. It's going to take us a little time to do the paperwork. And Ms. Quibido, now the state, anybody have anything to say why this sentence should not be pronounced?
Nothing from the state.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, that's the ruling of the court. So Ms. Quibido, just wait a few minutes and your the judgment is going to be drafted up. Okay. All right, that's the ruling of the court. Okay. Everyone have a blessed day. Yes, we're done.